Thanks for tuning in to today's First 10 look at The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. I am one of your hosts today, Greg DeLacy, and joining me from the Overseas Connection podcast is Mike Chin.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, Mike, we're taking a look at The Walking Dead Survival Instinct.
Yes, I have not played this.
Yeah, I had the pleasure or displeasure, depending on how you want to look at it, of playing this. But why don't you give us a little background on the game real quick?
Okay.
We're looking at the opening screen here.
Yeah, so it's developer, Terminal Reality. You might know them from the Ghostbuster days. I liked Ghostbuster, Greg. I thought it was a good game. Published by Activision. And it's first-person shooter. It's based on the show, which is the first for a video game now. Like the other game, Walking Dead game, was based on the kind of franchise, but this is actually based on the show. And I'm not familiar with the show either, Greg. Not the best person for this video, but you know, I'm interested in kind of some of the ideas that they brought to the game. A lot of different decision making, but we'll see.
Well, yeah. So, keeping with First 10 tradition, we're trying to keep this relatively spoiler-free. Not that I think that really matters all that much in this game. It's about zombies, but we are going to give kind of some impressions, and you know, is it worth more look on your end?
Worth your moolah?
Yeah, worth your dollars. That's probably the biggest question everybody wants to know. So, all right. Well, let's jump into the game.
It had to be walking this way. You see it? Dixon. It comes.
Yes.
You watch where you shoot
Yep.
that thing.
It looks like Marty McFly from Back to the Future.
Yeah. You're going to immediately know the visuals on this game, not horrible, but certainly not great. It's one of those kind of, it feels very early next gen, or
this gen.
Yeah, this gen. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it really isn't next gen. It would be this gen. So I in this opening sequence, you're actually playing the role of, I believe, Dixon, the father of Daryl and Merle from the Walking Dead show.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there is an interesting twist. We'll get into it a little later on. I found it pretty funny. But
so what's that thing on the left, the bottom left? There's only like a health bar, is it, or what?
Yeah, it's a little health bar, and as you play in the game, you're going to you'll be able to increase that, I believe, as you gain more experience. This game has a lot of good ideas.
Okay.
For lack of a better way to put it, I was quite intrigued by it. I actually had a lot of fun, especially in these opening sequences.
There's Marty McFly again. Look.
Felt the tension. Yes, Marty McFly. So, and that is your compass, by the way. So, it will direct you to your objectives. As much as this game looks like it's an open world, don't be fooled. There are plenty of moments where you're going to come up against just impassable barriers. But it does a pretty good job of kind of walking you down the path that it wants you to walk.
Have you noticed that at the start of every game, there's always like a crouch moment? There's always like you got to crouch below stuff. That's fun.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a good way to show you how to crouch.
So who's this dude?
I might have made too much noise. Best you crouch.
He's cannon fodder.
Quiet.
Is he just no one? Is he just?
Yeah.
See,
He's
because I don't know Walking Dead, I think that these are all massive characters.
Yeah, these guys are not in the Walking Dead series. All of these guys are basically, from what I gathered, were hunting buddies. You're out on a hunting trip, and things are going bad. They kind of just jump you into it. I mean, we didn't miss anything. The game opens up exactly like this. So there's a lot of suspense to this. I mean, I literally, as I'm going through this, I was like, okay, where are the zombies? I know they're coming. And it had me on edge. It definitely had me on edge.
I can see you being very cautious there.
Yeah, I was completely cautious. Probably a little too cautious, but
he was like checking every. This is Dead Space, you know.
I'm pulling a Stuart Fowler from the Veteran Gamers podcast. I'm looking at everything that I look at, the graphics,
look at the
whole nine.
twigs.
Yeah.
Aye.
So here we're hunting.
Is this Tomb Raider? We got Tomb Raider back now.
So things have gone horribly bad somewhere else in the game, and I am having an impossible time trying to jump forward.
Oh man. What's happening with you? You gotta run back.
Alright, so zombies have shown up. Craziness is beginning. And zombies, when they hear gunfire, come out of the woodwork like they're everywhere.
Is this in the fiction as well? Is this in the show?
It is. It is.
No.
Gunfire is bad.
Well,
And,
no.
and I am hurt.
Dixon.
Yeah.
Marty
I'm not doing good,
McFly's
Mike.
trying to help you. Oh
Aw, Dix, no.
Everybody's in
man.
trouble.
no! This is not going well at
No.
all.
So, Mike, here's the funny part of
You
this.
okay?
In the TV series, Dixon, who here, this is the guy we play in the game.
Yeah.
He makes his first appearance.
He's
He
too
acts like
busted
he
up.
loves his dad, like he's really caring about his dad. But in the TV show,
He's a sufferer.
he has a very lengthy conversation with his brother Merle about how he really hated his dad because his dad abused him. But in this series, in sequence, he has all kinds of compassion for his dad. So a bit of a disconnect between the show and the game for sure.
Sorry, brother.
Who's that? Was that his brother?
That was just Joe Buddy Dixon. I don't know if it really is his brother or not. I honestly have never. You don't see him in the TV series, and he just makes this appearance in the game. So there you go. But that was the intro movie, and now we're going to transition right over into another sequence that basically follows this. It's the tutorial sequence of the game. All right, so now
where
we are.
now, Greg? Where are we now?
Well, basically now we are in the tutorial side of the game. It opens up, it puts you in this opening hut. You're going to see that that guy Dixon again. It's basically training you how to play the game. As you can see, they're supposed, kind of interactive environments. You can knock chairs
We
over
gotta
and make
work on our
noise.
plan.
And Jess, I'm sorry, it's not Dixon, it's Jess.
Have you
Dixon
ever
was
seen
the
anything
father.
like that? If you
was
told me
killed.
about it, I'd call you a liar. Listen, there's more of them coming. We gotta
So
go.
he's not
And the only
looking
thing
too
we gotta
great.
do is kill every last one.
No.
Daryl,
He
I know
will be
you're
part of your
upset, but just
crew
listen.
in
That
the
sounds
beginning
like
of the
a whole
game.
lot of
But isn't he
fun.
bitten,
We
though?
need to go now.
He is
Gather up
bitten.
as much
You
as
know
we
it's
can.
going to
Meet
go
me at
bad
the truck.
eventually.
Go
It's gonna go
then.
down.
Daryl, remember what
One
we
of the
learned
interesting
about
things this game
head
does
trauma? Attack
is
the brain.
you will
Remember,
get survivors to
anything we know
join
that
you,
kills 'em.
and they'll be
And
part of your
quiet,
crew.
sneaking out the
Okay.
back door.
Now,
Don't let 'em see
you don't play with them in the game. You're always solo. He'll run off and disappear into his own thing eventually, and as the game moves forward, when you come into new hub worlds and towns, you can send your survivors off and run errands for you, like fetch fuel,
Like
fetch
the
food.
assassins in Assassin's Creed.
Exactly.
Wow. Do they get you?
and-
Like, what do they get you? Food, health.
They can get you food, they can get you fuel for the cars.
Ah.
And you can arm them, and depending on what you give them for a weapon, is going to help them be more survivable on the quests you send them on. I believe there is the ability for them to actually die if you don't give them the right amount of stuff and you just send them off and they're weak. I was laughing here because you're able to pick up sports drinks as health.
Right.
The sports drinks here you can pick up, but those canteens, which would seem really useful, can't pick up.
Where? Where are the canteens?
They're back on the table behind us. I was trying to pick them up, but of course you can pick up the squirrel. It's a collectible. Giant squirrel.
But you can't pick
Yeah.
up the canteens, the things that you can store.
No,
Fair
it would
enough.
make too much sense.
Fair enough.
So again, I just
Icebox
spent.
looks like it would be useful as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that seem like they would be useful. I spent a lot of time just wandering around, looking at stuff, and trying to see what I could pick up, what I couldn't pick up. I mean, all this stuff on the shelf.
Nope.
No, but if it glows, you can pick it up.
This is good.
Yeah, this is the engaging part of the game, let me tell you. And
You just look like a madman, just go running round.
Meet me at the truck.
He doesn't look too
Damn it.
sane either.
no, wants me to meet him at the truck. Can't go through that door.
That's right.
We're gonna go out the back way, Mike.
Yep.
And if you sneak, you make less noise. So it's always important to crouch.
Let's see. Ah, there we
Again,
go. There we go.
I was very much in tune with how, this is the zombie apocalypse. There was a zombie off left.
I think I want you as a partner in the zombie apocalypse, Greg. You're very cautious, so I think...
You can't be too careful, man. So there you go. We just stabbed to the head. Zombies are not terribly difficult to deal with one-on-one.
Right.
But as you saw in the previous sequence, they do gang up on you. They will rush you, and it is pretty much, once you get a bunch of them coming at you, it becomes very difficult to survive.
I heard that kind of in the they watched the show. The developers watched the show, and they saw that like kind of more than 3 tends to be a problem.
Yeah, and
they
it really
try to stick to that. Yeah.
Yep, you can punch him to knock him away, stab him. Apparently, I'm not good at stabbing. But
She's not even
there
a
you go.
zombie. She's just chilling.
Yeah, she deserved to die though. She did. So again, there's something about this game, that there is a level of anxiety that happens in this game. And it's really a big part of the way it all portrays out. Now we get a rifle. Again, guns are great, except for they will absolutely attract more zombies when you fire them.
So do you use them a lot? How many hours do you put into this game now?
Not many, Mike. Not many. Let's be honest. This game, it has some intriguing ideas, but I found the flaws in it as I went into town. It really stopped being as exciting and kind of scary once I realized they cheat on a lot of these things. So they force you into situations where zombies will come out of the woodworks regardless of what you try and do.
Okay.
You feel like there are just some very
What are you doing, Greg? You're going to use your... Oh, my God. You're going to make noise.
Now, I made noise, but it's okay. Now I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to run and kind of hide because I made noise.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should hop this fence and go around the backside.
No.
But apparently this fence, possible to get past.
Yeah.
So invisible walls definitely happen in the game.
Right.
They force you down a path. That was it for this sequence. We're moving on and
Found a squirrel.
We did find a squirrel.
Brilliant.
We did find a squirrel. So right now, this is what you see when you enter a town. You have your inventory. You can manage your inventory. You're going to have weapons that you can also manage.
And you basically your inventory any time, right?
Only at the beginning of the game. I mean, you do have a personal inventory on you, but you can leave stuff behind in the vehicle. I quite honestly don't really know the purpose of it other than how much you can carry yourself. So as you can see here,
like a storage thing.
Limited.
Like in Skyrim or you just store things away.
Exactly.
Cool.
So your survivors, again, they can, help you, and you can set them up. But again, you have to potentially give them a weapon. You give them a task.
He does not look. He's looking worse by the minute. Look at him.
I know. And I sent him off to find fuel, I believe. And I mean, again,
he's gonna be lucky he gets there, Greg.
Well, he's got to do his part, man. You got to pull your own weight.
Yeah.
This is survival.
No driving through that. We're on foot from here. Ah, boy. Bet them psychos came here, too. Yeah, maybe. Town circled their wagons, you see.
But we're going to...
Like
this is all about finding gas.
If there's any gas,
here's what a town looks like.
Right.
Again, not the worst-looking game, but...
I've seen
certainly
worse.
Not... Yeah, I definitely have seen worse.
Not all the buildings... You can't go in every building, right?
No, you cannot. So, again, this game will direct you specifically where it wants you to go. And so I really just wanted to give a sense of the tension of going into town. I mean, you see a lot of dead bodies, and you're going to be like, well, are they zombies? Are they going to come to life? Are they dead? Sometimes
this
they'll
isn't
come
good.
along.
Dark areas. No, you turn straight around there. Look.
So we know this person's going to be a zombie later on,
Right.
but the game will do that too, where it's somebody's dead, they're sitting in front of you, and you can't do anything to them.
It's not
and
very
then you
dynamic
turn,
in this game. It just the game does what it does when it wants to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where I needed to go. Lucky's over there, and again, it was just a quick look to give you an idea of what the town looks like.
Right.
Look, let's cut to the chase. This is not a great game.
Not going to be game of the year.
Oh, I loved a lot of the ideas they did with this game.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's just it failed on execution on many
Do you think
levels.
it just needed more time?
More time, more budget. I think they could have used a lot better assets and tools for the game.
Because from what I've heard, it sold very well.
Well, I'm sure it did because of the
Franchise.
the IP and the franchise.
Yeah.
But the realities are this is not a $60 game. It's not a $40 game. I wouldn't even say this is a $30 or $20 game.
Or
I think this is a rent
to rent.
at best. At best. There are so many other better games to be playing out there right now
Oh, yeah.
that I can't in my right conscious mind say to anybody, go out and pick this up if you find it cheap. I would say give it a rent, play it for a few days, because I think beyond that you're going to be really bored with this game. I don't think it's going to serve your zombie needs. There are better zombie games out there to be playing.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
It is a shame. It absolutely is a shame. I thought they could have done so much better, but again, it was rushed out, I believe, just to tie in with the TV show and hit that mark of being on there while the TV show was still really hot and everybody loved it. So they rushed it through.
Yeah.
All
right.
But yeah.
Cool.
So that's The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Quick look. I know it was pretty brief and quick, but I don't think we needed to spend
The first
more
time we've done this, Greg. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Yep.
Going to be seeing more of this stuff?
We will be seeing more of this stuff. And of course, if you liked this video and want to see more of them, absolutely like us on YouTube. You can check out more content on the Overseas Connection site, overseasconnection.net. And, of course, catch our podcast, a weekly podcast, the overseasconnection.net podcast comes out every week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty much it for now. Outside of that, if you like gaming with older folk over 18, go check out g4te.com. It's gaming for the elderly, where being a gamer over the age of 18, well, that's a good thing.